I don't understand. Maybe you should speak English. English. What's up, y'all? I see 13 people, but I don't see 13 likes. Like YouTube really be playing with me like that. 7 people, 1 like. I'm actually about to talk about some real stuff, so I know a lot of y'all hate when I talk, you know, but it's about to be very obvious in the coming days, weeks, months, years, who knows, Um, everybody is going to witness the struggle. Everybody is. Everybody's going to see how it feels to struggle. Unless you make 6 figures and you got LLC or whatever, then you're good. But everybody is going to witness the struggle. And a lot of people ain't going to like it. A lot of people ain't. What's up, Robert? Thank y'all for the likes. A lot of people is not going to like this new struggle. One thing that I was just talking to my husband about is like, you know, it's sad because a lot of people are already struggling, but they put, whatever it is that satisfies them in the flesh before before them. Um, a lot of people they do stuff for an image. Unfortunately, like everybody just chasing this image. Everybody loves money. Everybody idolize money. And if you ask me, to them, money rules the world. But what they're forgetting is like, for the love of money is the root of all evil. People has caused money to turn them against their family. People has caused money to cause a rift between their relationships, business partners, whatever the case may be, their children. Like people has allowed money, some green paper, to control them. And that's sad because a lot of y'all out here already struggling. But y'all forget where y'all came from. Y'all forgot the struggle because y'all too busy chasing an image. And you're running after something that ain't even got legs. How you chasing after something that don't have legs? And it's sad that a lot of people that live in poverty already, it's going to be extremely difficult for them to deal with having to experience the struggle, although they already experiencing the struggle. But see, like I said, they chasing behind an image to the point where they forgot what it's like to struggle, because they'll do anything for money. They already got their mind set on money, so they already know what they're about to do to get some money. So now that it's coming down to the fact that a lot of people are about to struggle and feel the struggle, and I mean, like, it ain't just about to be black folks. It's going to be white people, Indians, Hispanics, whatever ethnicity. They're going to feel that the power of the struggle now, thanks to Trump. thanks to Trump. So, like I said, if you ain't making six figures already, you might as well just, anybody that has a decent amount saved up right now, they good. Anybody that's already prepped and prepared, you're good. But for those of you that's out here living in poverty and chasing the image, and you got money stacked right now because you ready to post that next picture on Facebook, it's time for you to like push that to the side. Push that to the side. Stop chasing after an image, because it's no need to chase after an image right now. Nobody should be chasing after an image right now at this moment anymore, because the poor is about to get poorer and the rich is just going to get richer. So it's just time for everybody to prepare themselves to feel the struggle. Feel the struggle. And when you feel it, you better embrace it. Anybody with a mind knows that anybody with a brain knows that this is only going to get worse. Like, it's not going to get better. Anybody with a brain knows that. It's so many people that's in denial. Like, a lot of people are in denial, and it's right in front of them. It's right in front of their face. And they still in denial. People be so quick to tell me to stop talking about stuff like this. Why? You see it going on every day. You're seeing the facts, but you don't want nobody to call it out because it's distracting you from living your life. You want to live it up until the world ends. It's people out here with those type of mindsets, you know. Man, it is what it is. I might as well live it up before the world ends. Like, what? You ain't even trying to prepare yourself. So you telling me you're okay with going to the club, throwing money, and then boom, the world ends as long as you just lived your life and threw some money in the club. That's how you want to go out? You want to go out like that? It's people out here that really want to go out like that. Shit, let me go ahead and live my life for the world in. Like, what? We should want to be righteous before the end. We should want to be righteous before the end. It's times like this where it's either we lean on one another for help, or we don't. You know, I hear some guys that say every man for themselves. That's the problem. The problem is we can't help each other. You know, generation after generation is being destroyed mentally to the point where nobody wants to help each other. Everybody becomes selfish. Everybody chasing after the same image. Everybody is chasing after money. Nobody wants to help. That's the problem. So yeah, it's every man for themselves in their eyes. but we should want to help each other in these times that we're about to live. Like, I don't see how people are still being selfish. And then y'all hate on people. You ignore what's in front of you because you want to live your life and you don't want to be distracted, but you hate on the people that see what's going on, that's calling it out, that's preparing themselves and trying to help prepare you. And this is, man, this is the type of world we live in. People have become so envious, hateful, stingy, selfish, just full of pride. People have become just like that. You got family members doing each other wrong, spreading rumors like siblings can't get along with each other. And most importantly, like the black generation, man, we literally be looking each other up and down, staring each other up and down. You know, always mean mugging each other in public. We can't ever smile at each other. We're ready to turn up on each other. That's how bad it's become. Me and my husband can't even go to the store without seeing our black brother or our black sister looking us up and down, ready to argue with us or find something to argue with us about for nothing. Our, our melanated people, we hate each other. We lie to each other. We steal from each other. We cheat each other. We envy each other. We in competition with each other. I mean, what are we doing to each other? Like, we really not showing each other no type of love. We can't help like, they swear up and down this, oh, support black businesses. Support black businesses, and you still cheat me out my damn money. That's how messed up it is. And then they don't give you what you pay for. They have horrible customer service. Like, why are we doing this to each other? It's because everybody is too busy chasing the same exact image to the point where they don't even have respect for themselves or anybody around them. That's how bad it's became. They will literally watch you struggle. They will really watch you struggle. Our own black people, we watch each other struggle. We laugh at each other. We talk about each other. We post videos of each other over the internet instead of coming together and help each other. Then you got other races of people, that don't want to get along too, because they already got their minds made up about each other or shoot black folks. And I just want to let people of other ethnicities know right now that like all black people are not the same. All black people are not the same. If you already got your mind made up, if you a person that feel like all black people do this, all black people do that, what I'm one to tell you, all black people are not the same. They don't think the same or nothing. You know, we all need to not only just join hands for the sake of politics. We don't need to just focus in on politics. You know what I'm saying? It's 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 just gonna get to a point where it's gonna be beyond politics. Like real talk. We need to really just naturally join hands to help each other, regardless of your race. I swear people really be like, people hate each other based off the color of it. Like, how can you hate me for the color of my skin or my ethnicity? As if it's my fault that I was born the way that I what? And then they don't want nobody to feel that way about them, but they go around here and they hating you because of the color of your skin or because of, who you are, your race, you know. That's a shame, man. For real. We all come from different backgrounds, we come in different shades, you know, we all come from different backgrounds. So you shouldn't judge nobody just because of like where they came from. And I say that to say like that's why I'm saying like we all need to join hands to help each other and not join hands because Elon Musk and Trump is taking over the universe. Like, I get it, but I don't. And it's not because I don't want to get it. It's because it's bigger than that. It's bigger than them taking away rights and free speech and all that. It's bigger than that. It's like, when is everybody gonna wake up and realize that hello, we need to help each other out here. Y'all sitting up here worried about our rights and our free speech, and I get it, but at the same time, when they do what they do, nobody's gonna have rights. And that's the truth. When the beast system goes so far, nobody is gonna have their rights. Let's focus on how we can help each other out here. There's going to be way more situations going on out here other than some damn politics. Y'all see what this man just did. Y'all see. And all he's doing is preparing everybody to experience the struggle. My husband said he felt like, it's going to be like everybody is going to, like, people going to be just barely making it. That's how it's going to be, you know, but they going to be able to get by, but barely though. And that was his input. And I said, well, I feel like um it's just going to get to a point where, society crumbles really bad economically, to the point where like people gonna be like taken from each other. It's gonna be way worse than you seeing a robbery here and there on the streets. It's gonna be like, people are really gonna take from each other, because people are gonna be struggling so bad that they can't even afford a loaf of bread. Well, I'm gonna tell you right now, you better get ready, because when we were homeless for 2.5 years, we had to witness a struggle like that. We had to feel a struggle like that. Imagine how it feels to not be able to get you $1 water. Imagine how it feels. You can't even afford to get you a bag of chips or a sandwich from the gas station. Imagine that type of struggle. Yeah, I know a lot of y'all can't, but it's like, if you ain't got it together right now, then you better figure out how you gonna get it together. That's how we're about to live right now. But I'm not saying this to scare anybody, you know. Um, I'm just saying the truth. I'm just stating the obvious. It's not my fault that people just they ignoring it. And they really ignoring that. I mean, people really be out here marching for this, for everything else other than what are they doing to us? Like, do you not know how many people out here is without a job? They can't even get hired anywhere. Do you not know how many people out here is homeless? And I mean really homeless, because it's people faking and pretending to be homeless. But do you not know how many people out here is homeless? Simply because they couldn't afford to pay their rent anymore. They lost their jobs, things like that. Do you not know how many people is really out here needing assistance? I mean, people really ignoring. They ignoring that. And it ain't nothing but a bunch of like entitled people. People have become so entitled because they feel like, you know, I was born and raised in America. I'm an American and I deserve my rights and nobody's going to take my rights. I pay taxes. I blah, blah, blah. It's like, do you not realize that when the beast system comes into play, what rights are you going to have? You're going to have to do a lot of things against your will. And I get it, people want to march for what's right and things like that, but Trump and Elon Musk is gonna continue to do what they've been doing. Okay? Nothing is going to stop them from, creating the beast system before our very eyes. Like, nothing is gonna stop them. No matter how many protests, march, whatever, they're going to keep doing it because they have a agenda to complete. And it's like, shh, we don't want any disturbances while we do what we do to the American people, you know. It's a lot of angry faces, a lot of angry people out there that, they just don't understand. They don't get it. They don't know why it's happening. This was supposed to happen this way. My American people, you should really wake up and see that. But it ain't nothing but a bunch of lost folks out here. They lost. They don't know what's going on. They don't know why it's happening. They don't understand. These are people that refuse to open their eyes. It's bigger than that. You know, it's kind of like, if you think of it this way, it's like, okay, we went to school, right? And the older that we got, the more difficult the subjects got, and in whichever class we had to do. And then when we got old enough and graduated from school, high school, we came to the realization, like, wait a minute, what I just what was the whole purpose of me learning all these different subjects and stuff if it don't even apply to my everyday life? It's like it's a bunch of lost people out here. You know, they feel entitled. They feel like, since I'm American and this, that, and the third is going to happen for me because I'm American and I was born and raised in this country and I have this right, that right, this right. If they're able to change the laws each year or anytime they feel like it, and they're able to put things into play as to where they can strip you of your rights, what makes you people fail to realize that all of this stuff was created by man? Man created this. Man created this way of living. you know, and people got carried away in that way of living to the point where they forgot where they came from. You too busy chasing after what man created. This stuff in this life is temporary. It's temporary. And people sitting up here still worried about money. You're worried about money and you're not gonna die with it. That's the truth. You worried about the wrong thing. Because when you leave this earth, that money ain't going with you. You're going with you. You're going by yourself. You know, the flesh is gone, but the soul still lives on. So, is money going to be on your mind then? You know, is money gonna be on your mind then? Man, I'm telling you, people then really forgot where they came from. And I don't wish, the struggle, like the serious struggle, on my worst enemy. But it's unfortunate that a lot of people is about to witness the real struggle. It's unfortunate because a lot of people ain't gonna survive through it. They gonna be begging and pleading and asking God to help them because they don't want to struggle. I've had to deal with 2.5 years of struggling and being homeless, and it taught me a lot. And I gained a lot of wisdom from that. I've witnessed being homeless before that. So when you already had to feel the struggle of being homeless, living in a car or, couch hopping or whatever the case may be, but you're homeless, like you have nothing. You don't have a place where you can call home. When you already been through that, this what everybody is about to go through, it's just gonna be, it's really just gonna be a lot easier for you than it is for everybody else. People out here gonna be going crazy, man. They're gonna be figuring out like, oh my god, I can't do Uber Eats, I can't do DoorDash. Oh no. They gonna be out here like, oh my god, I only got 3 hot dogs left and a loaf of bread and some water. And I got some rice and some noodles and I don't have anything. People don't People will have a refrigerator and a cabinet full of food and still be talking about they ain't got nothing in their house. People been that selfish. So now it's come a point in time where you gotta really struggle. What you gonna do? Mm-hmm. Murphy, facts. What's up, HWO? Yeah, people don't want to feel that struggle. They don't want to know how it feels. They don't want to feel it. They ain't ready. Meanwhile, what you fail to realize is we have all been witnessing the struggle as the years went by. And when I say that, I'm saying like the prices has been skyrocketing and you still been paying for it because it's a necessity. You know, they can shoot up water, a gallon of water. What if a gallon of water ends up being $10? I can almost bet people are going to pay $10 for some water. You know, they're going to pay the $10 for a gallon of water. Because if they don't, they're not going to have anything else to drink, right? Then that's your last $10 in your wallet. So it's like, that was just the example. They can skyrocket the prices anytime they feel like it. And they know the American people are going to pay for it. They're going to. So now it's gonna get to the point where it's so unaffordable, you know, that people gotta feel that struggle, feel that pain of that struggle. But that's why I said we need to come together and help each other though. It's time to like build together, stick together. Hey, this is our golden opportunity. This is our opportunity to come together while we got the chance. And keep God first also while we have the opportunity. Well, we gonna always have the opportunity, you know. It ain't never too late or you ain't never too old to get close to God and, study the word. Like you're never too old. You ain't never too young either. So people just they gotta stop sitting back and waiting for there to be a mass destruction and um they gotta stop sitting back and waiting for the world to end. Why wait when you can prepare? Why sit back and just be like, well, world ending anyway, shoot, might as well just keep doing what I do best. Like, why do people want to go out like that? I don't want to leave this world like that. I'm sorry. Like, I want to leave in good standing and I want to leave, before I leave, I want to make sure I have a close relationship with God and stay as righteous as possible. I want to be right before I leave this earth. And before I leave, I want to make sure I have a legacy for my children. You know, I gotta, my purpose before I leave needs to be served. And I just want to leave in good standing. I'm not trying to lead this world, twerking on the pole for some money, doing the wrong things for money. I'm not trying to lead this earth in a negative way. Like, man, people I'm telling you, man, people have got so comfortable with their lifestyle that they will leave the earth like that. HWO says, I think if they're going to raise the prices on everything, then they need to raise minimum wage and raise more people's wages. Yes, that's facts. That's facts, HWO, and that's exactly what I said. I'm like, if they're gonna raise the prices, in a perfect world, who knows? They might though raise minimum wage. But if you think about it, I always feel like, once the prices go up, they not finna come down. Unless it's a sale or something like that. But if you think about it, even if they raise minimum wage, people are still going to be struggling because now You got to keep up the pay on the bills, and then the car note, and then, the rent, and then you got to make sure you got groceries in the house, and then, then if your car break down, you got to make sure you get that fixed, and then you got to pay for this, that, and the third. Like, people are still going to be struggling. You said I quit my job 2 weeks ago after working there for 2 years, and I was being paid $8 an hour. What? Dang. $8 an hour? That's crazy because here in Illinois, I think minimum wage is let me see, I don't know, 17 an hour? Kansas. It must be cheap out there. Because I'm going to tell you right now, here in Illinois, everything is expensive. Everything. They tax everything. Shoot, you can buy you a bottle of water out the dollar store for $1, and it's going to total out to $1.98. And then overall, the taxes at the store, like Ross, Burlington, stuff like that, oh my God, like $5-6 tax. It's high. He said, yeah, and I was barely getting any hours, so yeah, we would get paid every 2 weeks, but they would only have me work like one day a week, so my checks would be about 70. What? What? Oh yeah. I'm good on Kansas, but it's like, yeah, if they raise minimum wage, people still gonna be out here struggling. And I can't even count on my fingers how many times they raise minimum wage in the state of Illinois, like, and people still struggling. Still. Because every time they raise minimum wages, they raise up the pricing on things too. That's why I don't like when they raise minimum wage. Each and every time the minimum wage go up, the prices go up. Rent goes up. So it's really not helping. It's like it's putting people at more of in a struggling situation. And I just came to the realization, like, man, no matter how many jobs I got, how many little nothing, it's like it's still not doing anything. It's still not. But this is what man created. He created a real life monopoly board. You live your life, you work to pay bills, you work to pay the rent, you work to pay this, you work to pay that. You don't really get a chance to enjoy your money at all. You work to do this, you work to do that. You don't even have time for yourself. This is what man created. And unfortunately, a lot of people still struggling. They still struggling. No matter, I know somebody that got 4 jobs. 4 jobs. You don't never have the time for yourself with 4 jobs. There is no way. So they got 4 jobs to keep up the payment on the things that they have and never have the chance to enjoy themselves because all they're doing is working every day. You only getting like 4 hours of sleep. And then you getting back up and you going to the next job. Then after that, you get 5 hours of sleep. You get right back up, you going to the next job. You tiring yourself out. It's like you running around in circles for money. People got too much pride in a way to the point where they will kill themselves with their pride. With their pride. They don't want to take that pride and put it away. They got so much pride that they feel like they can't do it. Can't nobody tell them nothing. They're gonna work 6 jobs. And you try to give them some good advice and you try to tell them like, man, you're doing too much. You're putting too much on yourself. They don't want to hear that. They want to hear somebody continue to tell them to do that and fuck themselves up doing it. Because these be the same people that end up in the damn hospital. Or for these people that be literally overworking themselves to the point where they do overtime hours damn near every day. It's people out here really doing overtime hours damn near every day, messing themselves up, ending up in a damn hospital, ending up in wheelchairs, ending up with a damn walker, cane. You got all type of health problems now because you just overworked yourself so much, all for the love of money. You did it to yourself. And then you want to blame everybody else for your faults. You tired your own damn bones out. And then it's like, you still ain't really getting nowhere in life where you really want it to be. I feel like everybody has this typical, the American dream type mindset to the point where you forget that you're not in a financial position to even live that life. And the people that are living the American dream are actually really, majority of them are sick in their damn minds. That's why I say everybody is chasing the same image. Everybody wants to live the white picket fence lifestyle. And you gotta really wake yourself up and realize that that's not how it is. That's not how it's going to go. In a perfect world, yes. And if you have the financial stability, hell yeah. The American dream for you. If people don't wake up and realize that they really like putting themselves in a position to where they're overworking themselves just for the American dream, you gotta be out your mind if you can't see that. Because everybody want them a big, nice house, a beautiful car, You want to have more than enough money to where you don't have to work. And you can do this, and you can do that, and you can do this, and you can do that. You just basically, in all words, you want to be wealthy. Everybody wants to be wealthy. And let's not forget, it didn't got to a point where everybody want to be famous. People know about Hollywood and they still want to put themselves in a position to um get a lot of attention off of their names. They willing to put themselves in a horrible position for attention from the world, an evil, wicked society. They don't give a damn about you living. You know, people are becoming desperate for attention. People are becoming just desperate overall. I mean, they'll do anything for an image. And I ain't gonna lie, I gotta get up out of here. I don't I don't wanna keep going too far into it, because I really only had a few minutes on here anyway. But anyway, I just wanted to talk about that. And my next live stream, I'm probably gonna finish talking about that. So make sure y'all hit that like button and don't forget to hit the subscribe.